How you guys doing? So, I took some time off. I know I've been gone for about 3 weeks or so. Want to apologize for that. But I had a lot of stuff going on. As you guys know, I'm always busy doing a lot of stuff. But I wanted to make some time this week to kind of basically bring you guys, another special, another Rias rap feature, and kind of, like I say, kind of break down a little bit and where I've been so far with the Rias rap. I've done two full vehicles so far. Both vehicles are my personal vehicle, for obvious reasons. I mean, I believe that every job is a business card, and then so I wanted to use my vehicles as business cards. I mean, my Jeep was requiring some attention. Not so much the car. The car was more like a business decision for me. And so I wanted to, go through the process with you guys. Not in total details. Maybe one of those days I'll do like a more, more kind of a video of me wrapping a vehicle or wrapping a hood or something like that, but I haven't felt the need to do so as yet. But you can go ahead and tell me in the comment section if you want to see videos of me wrapping stuff, and then I'll do that. But I wanted to go through me wrapping my car and what it takes to wrap my car, and show you guys some still photos and some videos and some after and some before. And yeah, we'll do that for a little bit today, and then next week hopefully we can go back to our regular story of my life part. So like I said, I decided to wrap my car, and interestingly enough, in the Caribbean, we going through the whole pandemic, and a lot of people are very much interested in the wrapping of their vehicles. Although I think most people think that this is a replacement for paint. I don't think it is. I think it's really a paint protection. Although it's color, so it can be used as a paint job, but I don't think it's a paint job. I wouldn't even. I think it's like apples and oranges, in my opinion, and I wouldn't even go ahead and actually compare them. But I think if you have a vehicle and you can afford to paint it and then wrap it, that's the best thing. You can paint it in any color you want to and then wrap it to protect the paint. And so that's what I did with my car. I was really just protecting the paint. Although I really feel like I should have took my car to the shop and do some prep work before I wrapped it. So now I can still see some of the remnants of the clear peeling underneath the wrap. I kind of knew that would happen, but I just wanted to do it anyway. But yeah, so most people have been asking me, how long it takes. But before I get to how long it takes, I just, I was on the computer trying to get a more affordable option to wrap my car, because it's kind of hard. I can't afford the 3Ms and the Averys for now, and most people can't, because the clients I'm gonna get are more budget friendly clients, watching the budget, and so to make it more economical for them, to break that business, I decided to look for a brand that was a good brand, but not as expensive. And I found a brand called Cheetah Wrap, and I called the company up, and it was a little bit of a challenge to get them to ship stuff to me in the Caribbean, but we figured that out, and I got that going, and I got the wrap and decided I was going to test it out on my car. Let me just say I'm very happy with the end product, and you'll see in the end what the end product was. There was some challenges, and you're always going to get challenges with material, but most of those challenges and most of those things kind of fixed themselves in the end when I put the car out in the sun for a couple of days to bake. Online they say that the tack is very, very low. I didn't really have that. Maybe it's because I was doing it out on the outside in a tent in 87, 89 degrees weather. So maybe that's the reason why the tack wasn't low for me. So there was, I'm working alone, and there was a few challenges. But nevertheless, what I have learned on YouTube, like I said, through the channels that I've been looking at on YouTube, is kind of like the best way to do it to get, full coverage is to remove your bumpers, remove your mirrors, remove your tail lights, headlamps, and stuff like that. And that's what I do. I think I'm gonna try a vehicle one of these days not to remove those stuff just to see what the difference is. But that's what I do. I remove all the parts. I put them inside the house, and I go from there. And it takes me about 4 days to wrap the vehicles. Not 4 full days though. I go out in the morning. I try to beat the sun. I go out in the morning, try to get some stuff done. I go back in the house, if I have to do some office work, I get that done. I go back outside. So I would say I work on the cars for like maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, and that's like 4 days. And then I go in on a full day where I spend like 8 hours on it. But most of the time is in prepping the car for wrapping, and then after to assemble it. So I prep the car myself and I assemble it back myself. So in total, it takes me like about 8 to 4 days, I would say. 8 to 10 days. I would say, 2 days for disassembling, prepping, 2-3 days, then 4 days to wrap it, and another 2-3 days to reassemble. So in total, I would say it takes me about, 8 to 9 days, relatively. But again, I'm gonna show you the end results. I guess I go from panel to panel. I take my time, and I use my knifeless tape, and as I'm going, I'm learning stuff. I'm learning what I should do, what I shouldn't do. There's certain areas I feel like I've stretched the material, and I probably stretched a little too much, and I probably should do some inlays. My challenge here in the Caribbean is everything has to be ordered. So one challenge I faced when I was wrapping my car is I ran out of knifeless tape, because I thought I had knifeless tape and didn't have, and I realized that after I started the car. So I kind of try and cut some corners, and so I probably will take my bumper off when I get knifeless tape in the next couple of days, and do the inlays in the bumper over, because there's certain areas that I think I stretch too much. Although most people can't recognize it, but I can. So that's the car before I wrapped it. I do some undercoating, painting of the calipers and stuff like that, just so when I'm done, everything can look kind of fresh. As you can see, my bumpers are off, my tail lights are off, my back bumpers are off. I take off as much as I can door handles. Well, you must take off door handles no matter what, in most cases. And yeah, that's the car, prepped and ready to be wrapped. I start off inside the house with the bumpers first. So I got the material, got it out of customs. You have to pay shipping to Angola, and then you have to pay customs. It's costing me almost double to get the material to me in Angola. And I start in the house. I wrap the bumpers off the car on a little stand, and to me the bumpers are the hardest. So once you get the bumpers going, everything else kind of basically falls into place, I would say. So yeah, got the front bumper done, got the back bumper done. And then once I have those done, I took a different approach with the car, where I did the door handles, the mirrors, all that stuff in the night, the first couple of days. So by the time I was done with the car outside, all of those small things were already done, as opposed to in the Jeep. I had finished the Jeep, and then I was doing the small pieces. So again, as you go, you learn. As you go, and you're learning stuff. And then so I'm learning different techniques as I'm going. So I took a slightly different approach with the car. And as you can see, I had a sort of like a mock-up as to what I think I was going for. I have a small program on my laptop, on my iPad. I can kind of put the vehicle name, make in, and kind of do like a slight design of it as to what I'm looking at and what I'm looking for. And I did that with the car, although the color wasn't exactly the same color. Then while scrolling on the internet, I found another picture of a car which had black and silver, and I kind of liked the idea of those contrasts of those colors. And so I used that same kind of concept with the car. And there's a picture right there to show you. And yeah, like I say, it's I have fun. It's very, very taxing on the body, because you're out in the sun. Hopefully, when business starts to pick up, I can, find somewhere that I can do these things like inside, so I don't have to be out in the sun all day. Because if I have to have 2 and 3 vehicles to do, I would not be able to do them back to back because of the taxing of the energy it takes to be out in the sun doing this. So yeah, so this is the process, really. I do this alone. It takes a lot. A lot of people been asking me, and I can see the reaction on their faces, and I tell them the price. Although I am on the low spectrum in terms of pricing, still a lot for most people. But I encourage people to, hit me up. I want to get the work out there, and hit me up, and I might just throw you a really, really, really good discount. My whole thinking is I tell people exactly what the material costs. I don't add no extra cost for the material. I tell you exactly what it costs, and I tell you what the labor is, and I can give you a deal on the labor, but the material, I can't do anything on the material. So yeah, so this is a before I wrap the car, and this is after I wrap the car. And some people might say they rather the first color, but the color is still there. Just remember that the color is still there. That's the thing about wrapping. The color is still there. I can pull the wrap off tomorrow, and my car will be back to what it was before. So yeah, tell me in the comment section if you like it. Tell me if you want to see some more videos of me wrapping vehicles, and I'll do that for you. But I just didn't see the need to do that at this particular point in my wrapping career, I want to say. But if you want me to do some more videos on that, yeah, I'll definitely do that. And yeah, I took the wheels to the shop to get painted. I think the guy did a really great job on that. So as you can see, the rims are slightly different color, like a little darker, more like gunmetal, as opposed to the gray it was before. I think it matches the color scheme that I was going for really, 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 really well. So there you go. It's before and after. Rios Wrap put his twist on it. And again, if you're there in Anguilla and you're interested in doing this to your vehicle, hit me up, 476-7812. I'll put it right down the screen, 476-7812, and I'll hook you up. So yeah, so thank you so much again for joining me this time, and I'll see you in another episode soon. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet. And don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video. And I'll see you soon. Yeah, Rios Wrap. This was an episode, or this was just a slight feature of the Rios Wrap project, what I've been up to for a while. There's lots of stuff coming, lots of other content coming. I'm slightly gonna start adding some I would say automotive content, because automotive is really starting to be part of my regimen now. So I'm gonna start adding some of that into the channel. So let me know if you want to see more of that content. But yeah, thank you so much, and have a good day. Have a good one wherever you are in the rest of the world. Take care and be safe out there.